Welcome everybody, namaste. It is fall time here. You may be able to see out my windows. It's also cloudy. It's been cloudy and raining for like 2 weeks. But because it's fall time, I wanted to talk about change. I wanted to talk about and do a meditation on shifting energies or the way we see things. So I recently am going under some changes when it comes to livelihood, what I do for a living. I'll be doing the same thing, but just not in the same places. So this shift, it's funny because I talk about this a lot, about like getting into the rhythms of nature and how certain seasons are good to either bring things in and move things out. Fall time is a good time to clear and move things away. Just like the leaves on the trees, they after they serve their purpose, they slowly start to wither away and fall, and then they become nutrients for the next phase. I spent 5 years working in the field of addiction treatment, which I will continue to do, but I just don't know how. Or where, I should say. But so I'm kind of taking this leap of faith and moving from that position. I just want to take time because I know a lot of you who I've helped along the way in the past 5 years tune into these videos, and I just want to say thank you so much for giving me purpose, for supporting me, not just me, but for supporting this way of life. With the 12 steps, with meditation, with reliance on God rather than self. It's you guys that helped me feel supported and loved and guided through the past 5 years of my life. So just thank you so much. Thank you. Because if there was nobody along this journey with me, it would be very lonely. Actually, that brings me to another point. I did hear an AA member say how the spiritual journey could be a lonely path. Now, this is kind of contradicting what a lot of people think, like, oh, well, it's about fellowship and it's about, a lot of people and this and that. But I know what he's saying, because even within a certain fellowship, there's going to be 3 to 5, maybe like real hardcore people that are really doing this work on a deeper level. I hope I'm one of those. I believe I am one of those. I take deep dives into self-examination, inventory, shadow work, and doing constantly trying to find a new way to see more of myself so I could change for the better. So even within the confines of, say, like a fellowship of recovery, or even in a certain sangha, there's the general masses, but then there's going to be these couple, and maybe I'm talking to you today, I don't know, but there's going to be a few of those people who take the deep dive. And when you do take the deep dive, it does become lonely sometimes, because not everyone's going to see the way that you see, or feel the way that you feel, or understand what you understand. It's important, very, very, very important, to have good teachers who do understand, who are going through that deeper path, and they could keep you in alignment. Big shout out to Swamini Shardananda Saraswati at Kula Kamala Yoga Ashram, one of my teachers. I mentioned on here Lana Ryder, John Protopappas, Scott Gilbert. Sending prayers for Scott Gilbert, my drum teacher. He got sick and he had some things going on. He couldn't do what he loves for a little while, and I know how that feels. So sending a lot of love and prayers toward him, so hopefully me and him could get back together and start doing some drumming. But change is hard. It takes awareness to see the bigger picture. So when one thing moves away, another thing will start to come toward you, but there sometimes is this limbo period, right? In that limbo period, it's very important for me not to get caught up in self-pity or judgment or just any type of destruction of the mind. My mind wants to play tricks on me and say, like, oh, well, you need to be doing this or go there or do that, but I'm really trusting intuition. So when we go through change, it's important to try and meditate a little bit and see what the bigger picture is. I.e., I'm moving away from this job. Why? Not because I wasn't good at it. No, I'm moving from it because it's time to level up. It's time to move into a different direction. And some of you may have had experience with this or are currently going through it. I have no idea. But when you're experiencing something like this, I was taught to lean deeper into meditation, go into the silence, find out what your next move is. Don't rely on the mind, because the mind will tell you all sorts of things like, that you're not good enough, or you need to just settle for something that isn't aligning with your higher purpose. So I personally am looking into this on a deep level, like, what is my higher purpose? What am I supposed to do from here? And I'm just kind of like letting go and trusting in the universe, and we'll see where it all takes us all. So I had some requests on here for more meditations like this. I do have some more time right now, and this is something I love to do. So let's get into it. Try and keep it pretty simple like I usually do. I'm going to read out of 365 Tao. A lot of people, so out of all the books that I've read from, I get the most responses, positive responses from this. Taoism being this way of seeing the world as like, that there's good within the bad and there's bad within the good, or light in the darkness and darkness and light, etc., etc. Paradoxes, right? So, like I was just talking about, if you're in a hard situation in your life, look deeper into it. Why is this happening? What good can come from this? Things like that. So today's reading is called Helixes. 3 subtle energy currents, twin helixes around a jade pillar. This glowing presence is the force of life itself. Deep in meditation, it is possible to become aware of the life force itself. You can see it if you learn how to look within. To describe it as electricity or power or light or consciousness is all somewhat correct, but such descriptions are inadequate. You have to see it for yourself. You have to feel it for yourself. You have to know it for yourself. To be in its presence is like being in front of something primeval, basic, mysterious, shamanistic, and profound. To be in its presence makes all references mute and all senses slack, leaving only deep awe. One is drawn to it in utter fascination. It is the mighty flame to our moth-like consciousness. I like that. This column of energy that coils around itself holds the stages of our growth. It is our soul. It is the force that animates us and gives us awareness. If you want to engage in your life completely, it is essential for you to come to terms with this inner power. Once you harmonize with it, you can blend with the dynamics of being human. So, I believe what they're talking about there is this, some refer to it as Kundalini energy, but just what the like they said, the electricity that animates you, the energy that makes you you. And don't let anyone ever dampen that light. That's my biggest lesson today, is don't let anybody take your light and your presence and your peace from you. It is the most sacred thing we have, and everyone, it's a birthright to be able to enhance that, connect with it, learn to love it and understand it, and bring that light up and out and forth into the world. So hopefully I get to demonstrate that a little bit today. Get yourself comfortable and seated in a nice posture, however you really feel like doing that. There's no strict rules on this style of meditation. You could lay down, you could sit in a chair, you could just close your eyes wherever you are, and just go within. Start to tune into the background sounds, which I also hope you've been enjoying. These background sounds are also on the YouTube channel. So you could use them for your own personal practices anytime. And start to notice the rhythm of your breath. Find that deep, deep center. And even if you want to, you could kind of just like let the body sway a little bit. Maybe it's side to side, maybe it's like a circular motion. Maybe it's the rhythm of your heart, just making the body sway just a little bit. And as you're doing this, you may notice you could feel a deeper connection to that center. It's like an electromagnetic field just pulling you back. I like to make circles, that's just me though. Start tuning to the breath as you're swaying or moving around a little bit. It also helps to open up the hips. Just keep swaying it just a little bit, and then start to tighten it up. So if it was circles, the circles will get smaller. If it's side to side motions, they'll just start to tighten up and get smaller and smaller. And come right into a stillness. Slow breath in, right to the center of your being. And then exhale out. Try and relax the body. Let the mind just kind of follow the body's relaxation. Feel your purpose here, your presence, your inner energy. Breathing in a pattern that feels good for you. Awakening inner consciousness with the breath. Like you're gently blowing on a flame and giving the flame oxygen as you are. Maybe ask yourself the question, what is my higher purpose? What kind of work am I here to do? Sit in the question. See if something comes to you. Slow breath in, igniting that inner flame. Exhaling out. The days are starting to get darker and shorter. We need to keep this flame lit. Keep our inner energy strong and powerful. Our connection to the universe. If you have any other personal intentions, you could bring those into the consciousness or into the meditation. We're going to drop deeply into sound today. If there's any prayers that you need to say before we go deep, you can take your time to do that. Begin to let everything fall away, just like the leaves on the trees. Let everything fall. I am letting go. I am freeing myself. I am placing myself under the guidance of the universal consciousness. Deep inside, exhale. empowering breath in. Exhaling. Gently releasing the breath. Breathing in. Holding the breath. right hand over your heart. Place the left hand over the right hand. Take a moment to just sit in your center. Just feel your inner power. Breathing in, full exhale out. Charging up the mind, the body, and the spirit. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, full shoulder roll, so pushing the shoulders forward, up and back, and then exhale, relaxing the shoulders down, sitting up nice and tall. Heart is wide open, mind is clear, body's grounded. Take a moment to just fade into silence. And we'll close out with one Om if you choose to. Breathing in to prepare. And when you're ready, you can slowly start to blink your eyes back open. Thank you all so much getting me into my space today. I hope the recording turns out well. I'm using some new stuff. I also had my dogs running around here, so if at any moment you're like, that sounds like a dog whimpering, it was. But just another one of the sounds, you know. So please take care of yourself. If you have any questions about meditation or anything like that, you could always leave comments under in the video, and I usually get back to them fairly quickly. But yeah, try and be kind to one another, be kind to yourself. Namaste. Om Tat Sat. Be well.